Okay, well, hello friends. Welcome again to Prefect 995 stream. Apologies for the lack of streams over the last few days. I think I may have explained I did have some case delivery and damage issues for my new processor. Well, I needed the case to be able to fit the cooler in for the new processor. Same PC apart from a processor upgrade. So that's all done. I've got the case, it's all set up, and hopefully the audio is better now, because I think there were some issues with the front panel. If there aren't, then I've still got some more troubleshooting to do. Should be better. So please let me know how the audio quality is. So tonight's sortie, we are heading back to Norfolk. Here we are at Newcastle again. It's pretty empty here. London North is online, and there's a few airfields open. Unfortunately, Heathrow is offline, so we may end up in a situation where we're using 07 again at Norfolk, and we're going to have to figure that out. But I have a cunning plan, which is radial intercept from Compton. Done a little bit of digging around that to see if we can get something that approximates a nav aid that we can follow inbound. So, without further ado, the jet's set here. I've already loaded up the payload, but I haven't loaded the fuel up yet because obviously that's an enjoyable bit. We can do that now. We'll do that now. So lamps all work. We've got 380 on board. I forget what we had. It'd be nice if it remembered. I think it always goes up to something quite high, so I might make that suggestion that it would be nice if the aeroplane had a persistent state, although I suppose I did have to reload and reactivate. Same with Active Sky actually, because obviously the cache for the system has changed. Anyway, our flight plan today, might as well just open this up. Charts. There we go, still using the Ryanair. Our RVR isn't 200, it's 550. We're only Cat 1. You can see step climb at RIBEL, 2.3 and then 2.7. MCR, I've had a look, and in the legs you can see that that's 0.71, so I've noted that down. 5 packs, 100 kilos of bags, and that's going to give us a block fuel with 30 minutes additional reserve, 1246, so we'll call it 1250. Actually, you guys probably can't see that. I do apologise. I've forgotten to zoom in. I can just about see it. $1250. And we're probably not going to need all that taxi as well. The departure runway here, looking like it's going to be 07. So, there we go, you should be able to see that a bit better now. Newcastle, en route, Manchester alternate, and then Verizon alternate is our destination alternate. Flight level change, no change in time, but look, 11 kilos, it's negligible. So there's our route. GIRLI 1 Tango to Papa 18, we might take a shortcut straight after departure because it's severe cav OK outside. GASKO, Papa 16 to RIBEL. That's that there, that Papa 16 part is why we're limited. What I might do is just go straight into Papa 16 is the same airway, so we'll go straight up and we won't do the step climb, especially if nobody's online, it won't make a difference. CROFT and then direct to NUGRA, and then the NUGRA 1 hotel, which is quite a long arrival, and then we're going to actually be quite high at Bovingdon, so we may have to figure out a way to lose some height, bearing in mind that there may or may not be a hold in that plan. We could do a manual hold, which could be interesting, maybe a bit congested around London, and it's traffic that we're looking at. So, there we go, we got 1245, that will do for me. Nice to see that works. We can shut that panel. And then, in theory, we should be able to, bit quick, have a little walk around the jet. There she is. At some point I may pop a stripe on, but stripes are difficult. Very, very poor ability. So, quite happy with it as it is. Settings wise, have I changed anything else? Because the reflections are looking pretty good. I don't think I've turned any of them up. No, they're still down on minimum. I've got scenery on the ground buildings I've turned up with the CPU upgrade, so we'll see how we get on with that. Anyway, here we are in the jet. So let's obviously check the oxygen. That test isn't modelled. Pop the oxygen back in. Test it, we can't. Batteries can come on, bus size auto. Pop the generators on again. I'm not going to use a GPU. Cross bleed, pneumatics all off. And do the tests.
Fire. Fire.
Yeah, look, see those lit up. Iraq 2104, nav data's updated, which is good. There we go.
TOS system test. Okay.
So TOS okay. Smoke.
Fire. Fire.
Test all the annunciators, make sure they all work.
TCAS test. Pass. Stall. Stall.
There you go, you can see the stick pusher working.
Stall.
So somebody's watching, so if you are, please say hi and let me know how the audio quality is. Hopefully it is better, less crackly. So I'm not going to do the ice protection. And hydraulic pumps I'm going to off for the moment. Crossfeed off, pumps auto. LT's tested. Pusher cutter is out. Windshield's off. Probes are on auto. Off. Of course we'd go around and check all the lights as part of the walk around. Gears down. Stop. One up to put those back into auto. Cabin's auto, off then. Altitude. Check set minimum. Fans are all off. Throttle levers, there's no detent there, but you can put one on. That switch works, that's me checking my hardware. Don't have anything mapped to flaps, I use the keyboard, so flaps are up. That is our shiny new jet. So, departure wise, can do nav lights. In fairness, I suppose they can come off because we're already on battery power, aren't we? Cabin lights off, cockpit lights on, cabin lights on. Doors open, shed blast, cross bleed, ECS. Fine, so all those cautions are good. So London North is online but nobody else, and I don't think covers Castle. Let me just double check though. Seems like it should. Right, area sectors, let's have a look. A little bit interesting. Installer. London North. Should be talking to London North. That's good. So stand 25 is where we are. Scribble that down. And 1245.
Stand 368, turn left heading 260 degrees, clear ILS approach runway 23 right.
Heading 260 degrees, clear ILS 23 right, down air, not right now.
Close enough. So let's get the weather anyway. least we know the radios work. So 1750 Zulu. And what are we looking at? 100 at 6. 30 degrees off, so half that component, but it is variable between 080 and 140. Cav OK. Pressure of 12 at dew point -3, QNH 027. So we can set that. There we go, 260, and having a look at the aerodrome chart, 266, so that tallies up with the performance in a bit. Let's have a look at our Rnav departure, which is 580.
Down Air 368, roger. Surface wind 180 degrees, 04 knots, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 23 right, down Air 368, thank you very much.
Olympic 460, leaving my airspace, Scottish offline, monitor Unicorn 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
So, no nav aids.
Unicorn 122 decimal 8, bye-bye, thank you. Rnav 460.
Runway heading is 066. Good evening, Ascot 15.
Ascot 1591, London, good evening, pass your message.
Ascot 1591 and a Phenom 300, stand 25 left at Newcastle. QNH 1027, request departure clearance to Northolt, please.
Ascot 1591, roger, clear to Northolt, GIRLI 1 Tango departure, runway 07, squawk 4561. The Newcastle QNH 10, when I can find it. Stand by for QNH.
What's the reason for using Northolt Warhawks?
The QNH 172.
Roger, Ascot 1591 cleared to Northolt. GIRLI 1 Tango departure, runway 07, squawk 4561, QNH 1027.
Ascot 1591, great.
Great. Northolt, because...
One control, good evening, AZ364 Foxtrot.
Let's try and talk over them. Firstly, Warhawks, hello, thank you for joining. And because it's in London,
EC3645, London Control, roger, squawk
it
0537,
not Heathrow, so nobody uses it.
So you can just
And
walk
it
out for
is a military
EZ364
airfield.
Squawk 0537.
So if this were a real War Levels aircraft, then Northolt would be a viable destination. And actually there's plenty of private light jets that do use that airfield. Oh, just driven through us. So, yeah, we are here. And how's the sound quality, Warhawks? Crackling. Gone. I know I've just seen that I might have dropped out there with the noise gate.
London Control, very good evening. EZ23 Tango Mike, flight level 240, inbound Welland.
EZ23 Tango Mike, London Control, roger, Dane 2
Just
Alpha.
tweaked it again a little bit.
Dane 2 Alpha Rifle, EZ23 Tango Mike.
London Control, good evening, EZ29 Golf Delta with you, flight level 130 approaching a couple.
EZ29 Golf Delta, London Control, roger. You happy to climb? You've stopped at flight level 130, you've filed flight level 200.
EZ29 Golf Delta, I am fully aware of that. I noticed just as you told me to contact. Do you want me to climb, or by the time I get up to that altitude I'll have to start going down again anyway, so...
EZ29 Golf Delta, roger, you can maintain flight level 130, it's the Dane 2 Alpha.
Still hissy and staticky, okay.
Thank you very much.
It might be the adapter, which would be a real pain.
Alpha arrival.
Got the adapter because I didn't want to buy a headset, seeing as I got my own
Dane 2 Alpha arrival, thank you very much. EZ29 Golf Delta.
my own aviation headset that sits around doing nothing. Anyway, let's
And
get
EZ29 Golf
prepped.
Delta at speed 300 knots. Oh great, please.
So, this over here.
and also grade 322 on the Golf Delta.
EV23 Tango Mike,
off to
speed
GIRLI.
250 knots or less.
250 or less, CT2 Tango Mike.
Then it's Papa 18. Take the GASKO.
And 368 Airborne, vacated on Alpha, sorry about that.
Dano 368 Roger, continue on Alpha, contact Manchester ground 121 decimal
Then I'm going to say
850.
Alpha Papa
Clear
16 to
ground
CROFT.
1850, great, thank you sir, then 368.
Easy 2-3 Tango Mike, when ready, descend flight level 200, level Alvos.
Oh, no, I can't. Oh,
Descend
no, I
flight
can.
level 200, level by Alvos, CT2 Tango Mike.
Interesting that CROFT is not on there. Because it's Papa 16, so let's clear that. That's why I can't, okay. That's starting to make sense. Had a look at the chart. Then we're direct to NUGRA. Brilliant. So, procedures. We have been cleared for the departure. GIRLI 1 Tango. Load that. You can see, looking at these, GIRLI is the top at 8. But 4. 2. So 230 was what we were aiming for, and then 270. And then the only arrival which these are shared with Heathrow, the only one is from NUGRA, is the NUGRA one.
Easy T3 Tango Mike, that traffic in front of you appears to disconnected, there's no ATC speed restriction, descend flight level 140.
Descend 140 with no speed restrictions, easy
Load
to
that.
flight
Oh, well,
clear.
that's ditto amount. Plus DB lower to 10. I have a minus 10.
EC364 Foxtrot route direct to Not Key.
How's that any better? Just makes me a bit quieter, doesn't it?
Direct not key, easy 364 Foxtrot, thank you.
Correct.
Oh, I can't see the link. Maybe put that as a comment on the video. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind getting a headset, it's just, like I say, it just seems a bit of a waste having an expensive aviation headset sat around doing nothing. Anyway, enough about that. So, there's our departure, that all looks pretty sensible, doesn't it? Bit of a weird turn there. We'll see how it flies though, that should be one no, it's not a continuous turn, is it? It's a waypoint, so should just fly past it direct, so I don't know what's going on there. Cabin out. check that. Too quiet and still static, yeah, so there's definitely something. Like I said, got some more digging to do. Right, so we are set and ready. We have been cleared. Now, performance-wise, let's have a look at these tables. It's going to be a flap 1 departure, I think. Flap 1, dry runway, pressure altitude. I am going to round up, it's 1027. If which one was quickest? Do need those two on there. You can see standard barrel, we're actually slightly under. So pressure altitude of 0 will actually do us. Go. And what temperature did I say it was? 12 degrees, so we'll call it 15. And our takeoff weight is going to be, so we've got 500.7. Oh, that's wrong, isn't it? We've got round up to 12, so 13 plus 5, 1.8. Gives us 7.3, which is going to be a bit of an overestimate, I think. 7.2 I've got, round up to 7.6 for the next one, which is 964 meters. That is unfactored, so don't forget you need to add any factors to it. Wind components would be the big one that isn't included because all the pressure the altitudes are corrected for the tables. 964 gives us 104, 104, 5.
Easy 23 Tango Mike, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, easy 23 Tango Mike.
Now, trip and taxi is meant to be 500 kilos. I think it may be less than that for the taxi. We've got 54 for taxi. Let's call it 400 for the 7.3.
Easy 23 Tango Mike, contact Manchester radar 118, decimal 575, bye-bye.
Manchester radar 118, decimal 575, choose your service, see you later. Easy 23 Tango Mike.
London Control, this is Lufthansa 446 with you at 5,000.
Lufthansa 446, London Control, roger, route to direct Kidley, climb flight level 190.
Route direct Kidley, climb flight level 190 for Lufthansa 446.
And our landing distance at 6.8, 6.9 should be 743 meters. But it won't be. And that was a flap 1 takeoff.
London Centre, good evening, Ryanair 7 Alpha Hotel, flight level 360, inbound Embor.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Hotel, London Control, roger, route direct RIBEL.
Direct RIBEL, Ryanair 7 Alpha Hotel.
India 848, London Control, good evening, down to Alpha arrival. When ready, descend flight level 200, level by Elvos.
Second arrival, India Express.
So our VREF is 110. Oh, I've done it again. Because it's in the wrong order, I do need to suggest that.
Flight level 200, level by Elbow, and current arrival is day 2 Alpha arrival.
Good, so those are all set, which takes a bit of the load off, and they should actually be less than that. Speed select. It will match when we do flight level change. Good. So we are set.
Under control,
No wind anyway.
Tango Alpha, London Control, Roger, I'm London North, so you're actually outside of airspace, monitor Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Yes, the adapter I've got is twin GA headset plugs into twin 3.5mm jacks for the PC. So what I might do is see if I can get hold of another headset, borrow one. There's the adapter needs power, so it might be coming off of that, because I bought an adapter and wired it in. So yeah, it's odd that it's only sort of started working, but there is a bit of a mess and tangle of cables, so that may also not help. More work to do, unfortunately. But anyway, nice new processor. So, I think we have done everything. I don't think there is anything to do, apart from in the cruise talk about what we're going to be doing. We don't have to worry about takeoff distances because we're just going to go straight to the end of the runway. Apart from there, got absolutely tons. So what we can do is the bleeds on auto, hydraulic pumps to auto, pumps cross feeds off. We can shut the doors. Imagine that everybody's on board. So pop the nav lights on. Really don't think there's anything else to do. That discharge, yeah, okay. It's good that that's come up. Maybe I should get things like all the hydraulic pumps and stuff on. They're meant to be on, aren't they? London Ascot 1591, stand 25 at Newcastle, request engine start.
Ascot 1591, Roger, engine start approved.
Start approved, Ascot 1591. One thing I haven't done is the transponder code. Go, I need to get something. And the transponder code was 4561. So that's going on. Got no lights to do.
Easy 364, Foxtrot, Roger, descent flight level 250.
Start engine. I'll tell you what, we can't because get rid of the static elements, don't we? There we go.
Martin 6161, leave my airspace, monitor Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye, Martin 6161.
And easy 364, Foxtrot, leave my airspace now, monitor Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Unicom 1228, easy 364, Foxtrot, goodbye.
Air India 848, descent, flight level 110.
Descending to flight level 112, Air India 848.
Lufthansa 446, leave my airspace, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Steady.
Unicom 122.8, or Lufthansa 446, goodbye.
Go to start it up. Wait for the oil pressure to come up. So after start, the GPU was not used. Electrical emergency is pushed out. Storm protection has been tested. Takeoff data set. Trims. All neutral. My controls. Brake. So forward, back, left, right, rudder, right, rudder, brake. I think that should give you a caution on the ground. Doesn't. My controls checked, ice protection is not required. Flaps can be set. We can this onto both. Hands to manual. There we are, ready to taxi. Yeah, I mean, most of the jets, the light jets that I've seen, most of the time they don't operate with a
Control, good
GPU.
evening, Air France 271 with you, passing 4,000.
They've got no APU, so they do need to.
Pole 5
They
Romeo
do need to be
Scarlet.
able to cope. So yeah,
Runner 271, no control, roger.
even starting out the
Flight
traffic
level
like I have, it's been
40.
okay.
Flight level 240, Air France 271.
Ascot 1591, stand 25 at Newcastle, request taxi.
Ascot 1591, roger, taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 07 by the apron and Alpha.
Taxi Alpha 1, runway 07 via the apron via Alpha. Ascot 1591. Good, so we have been cleared. Lights on. Responder is on, I suppose it could have gone on at that point. Laps are set, clear left, clear right. Brakes off. We started rolling. It's quick. I've still got the tiller, so apologies for the aggressive turns and taxis.
Air India 848, descend flight level 8.
That's a nice shadow.
Flight level 8.
I'm just going to pop the framing rate counter up for a moment. Just to see how that's doing. Oh look, now we stop. A terrible taxiing. Get the power up. The GPS is currently terminated. Just about getting used to the captions now. So, there's no intermediate holding, this is Alpha 5 ahead of us. We're using quite a bit of power to get up here, and we're not even that heavy. That seems a little bit unrealistic. Cabin altitude is actually minus 100, which is fine, isn't it? So here you go, Alpha 5.
848 contact Manchester radar 118.575. Bye. 118.575, bye bye.
Pretty much straight ahead and then right.
Right, send Alpha Hotel, my space, monitor Unicom 122 to destinate. Bye bye.
Over to Unicom, Ryanair 7 Alpha Hotel, thank you.
I don't expect an improvement in frame rate having ground shadows on. So we'll see how we get on, and I can always turn them back off if I need to. I'll also move my monitor to the other side of my main monitor, which is causing me a little bit of disorientation. Here is bad actually. Ex-Europe has been updated, so I have actioned that before flight today. And our airborne time was 45, so we might actually still be a little bit early.
2410, flight level 280, inbound and more. 8240, roger. And all stations, stand by, the control will be back in 60 seconds.
Yeah, they're such small little engines. I mean, these aren't even the smallest ones. I think some of the Cessnas have the smaller ones. And yeah, they just fire up, and you know, I mean, they can fire up off the battery, can't they? They're electrically started. Admittedly, when you start the second one, it will do it off of the bleed air from the running one. But you know, they've got to start electrically somehow, which is really quite cool. I don't know if that's an impulse starter, but either way, it is really cool. That's why I really do like this. It'd be nice to have a bit of hardware with this couple of screens just to make it a bit clearer, but it's still a really good bit of kit. Apart from not being able to do custom waypoints. So it's our hold, Alpha 1, coming up after this one. Tell you what I didn't do was belts, wasn't it? Get into the hang of the flows for this at some point. Okay, brake is set, so takeoff warning we can't do. It's checked, sign, belts off, all dampers off, ice protection not required. Packs advised, lights when we get cleared to go, and transponder to out is all we've got to do. So it's going to be, I didn't do the off-block time, it's going to be 18:40 something for departure, got 1 something in fuel. London's not back yet, so we're waiting on him. But yeah, these...
One do yes, mate, right?
One is Unicom, Air France 271, good evening.
This was a bit broken though. Let's go 19, correction, let's go 1591 holding Alpha 1 Newcastle.
Let's go 1591, roger, remain 07, clear for takeoff, service wind 100 degrees, 06 knots.
Yeah, takeoff 07, let's go 1591. So I wouldn't normally read that.
EC2410, I'm closing shortly, you can manage Unicom 12 to decimate, really.
So
Unicom 12
brakes
to
off,
decimate,
lights on, light directors on, maps are set, trim is set, transponder to out. And we'll aim right down for the end here.
All stations, unfortunately, London control's going to have to close. Manage Unicom 12 to decimate, thanks for flight, bye.
Thanks for service, see ya.
Approaching 07.
So, takeoff config.
Takeoff. Okay.
A little bit quick.
On runway 07.
So, flight directors on, correct runway, correct heading. Stabilised, which they are. Power. Toga. It's 1944. V1 and rotate, it will bounce into the air, a bit twitchy. Okay, gear up, go flap up. I think we can maintain something like level change, so there we go.
Trim.
Well, that was a bit aggressive. pressed the wrong one, didn't I? Go. Do this, I think, initially. I check the flaps were up as we were coming through. Right arc gear is up, flaps are up. Or damper is on. Thrust levers. Back to max climb. Pressurization. There you go. Cabin is climbing steadily. Landing field is correct. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? The flaps are quite draggy for it. And I think we're going up the moment. So I'm going to actually bring power back. No, actually, it doesn't matter because we are online, aren't we? We're on Unicom, so do whatever the chuff we want. So, let's go up to the initial 230. And once this turn's complete, I'll then speed her up a bit. I don't want to get too quick for this turn. Okay, there we go. So, let's get climb on at 225. I shouldn't roll it up that quick, but a bit tedious otherwise. You can at least have a look out the window. Really, really quick. Not as quick as like the 7.3 when we were zipping through everything. You know, so the climb is a bit slower, but the cruise is comparable, and then descending actually I think a bit quicker. So we've gone straight through our altitudes. See how much we'd have to throw back. Here's climb first. We're approaching 10 already. So lights off. Coming out is 1600, climbing steady. And we'll make 225. Will remain climbing at 225. Into 2.3, go straight up to 2.7 at this rate, because I don't think there is anybody else around. No, pretty quiet where we are, so straight up to 2.7. Oh, there is Newcastle, isn't it? That is Geordie land. There it is, with all the bridges. Sorry I didn't get a chance to look out the window, although from the sort of height you're not going to see much. So, okay, let's match heading. Relatively light winds, 9 knots across that tailwind. And you can see 10 miles to go, 8,000 was the limit on that, and oh, zipping up, don't forget we are relatively light as well. Lightish on fuel and 5 packs and a few bags, not a huge amount. that's it. We are zipping along the west coast of the country. Okay, so GASKO to RIBEL. Yes, it is a low airway, which is why that step climb was there. Although, just like in reality, if there's no traffic around, you know, we might get given something like a direct to RIBEL, which I'm only not going to do just because there is a bit of traffic that's crossing that way. On VATSIM, passing 200, cabins at 3.3, climbing at 500 steady. Still pressurising. Here is the view of severe cavalcade all over the United Kingdom today. GPU's hardly working, and the CPU's not doing much either. We go overhead GIRLI at almost our initial cruising altitude. Bad shot. No, Heathrow approaches on, that's good, so we might actually get vectored, which will save the faff of having to try and figure it out ourselves. Beneficial. Tobit at 200. It's up at 1.5, and Heathrow's not going to give us these, so we are going to have to manage that. Westcott, max 220, and then 7. Happy with that. Now, if we are going to do Compton outbound, it's 11435. Do get the ILS for Northolt is 108. It's 5. So VNAV has got confused. Still got lower outs in. Checked. Should have figured that out now. Time to descend, that worries me. There we go, and we're going to accelerate to 7.1. Climb thrust all out, there we go, max cruise. Let's see if the airplane gradually creeps up. 7.1. Those out. Does that help with me? Yes, it does. so don't put the cruise in, that's what I've been doing wrong. Told you I'll figure it out eventually. So let's have a look at the throw meters, shall we? 28075. Have that tuned? No. So we're using 09 left single runway. So switch. 15 minutes in the cruise, and there we are. CSC should actually maintain that as best it can. Which takes the workload off a bit. 28075. Don't hear anything. So I've got it off of VATSIM. It is information Charlie 1820 automatic 09 left single runway transition 70. What matters in this? Surface wind 110 10 visibility 10k or more, no clouds detected. Temperature 10. Point -31027. All faults METAR is 1109. Very similar. Cabo K 12 -3. No SIG, not blue. No central online. I might take a quick toilet break. Bearing in mind we've got 13 minutes now. We've stabilised. Oh no, the aeroplane still looks like it's struggling to maintain speed there, doesn't it? Just a little bit aggressive. Anyway, we've got 13 minutes, so I finally figured out VNAV, which is good. Surprised that it doesn't interpolate there, as it will do once we get closer. 27. .66 on the cabin altitude, which relatively low, isn't it? That sky's not looking too bad. Don't explain. Frame rates are doing well. GPU really isn't working hard. It's glorious. Right, I'm going to take a quick toilet break and think about our arrival and then our PAR. Don't think I'm 7. Can I? I should be able to. Are they going to give us a PAR or are they going to give us a... I don't know what they can. Yeah, it can, can't it? I mean, it's I believe in the real aeroplane, it nails it. And it just seems like it's a bit aggressive. Anyway, Bollington to Compton on 1. To Ion Ones bombing 375 to swap that, there we go. That's for the mist. 309 inbound. I can't do anything, can I? Because we... Cool, right. Back in a couple of minutes and I'll leave you with a bit of a better view. that's fun, just being right at the base of this cloud layer. So descent's going to be 70, 275, and Prescott Limited. Not forgetting that NDBs are not included. The X-plane rendition of the GUM 1000, I believe it is an optional device. So traffic overhead NUGRA, down to, am I going to be there for 4 minutes? And just after we're going to start descending. This little cloud layer there. CPU is a little bit busier. I have to look over some of the old videos and see how much of an improvement that is. Gotta be a good sort of 20% frames. Absolutely beautiful evening to be flying tonight. Still relatively cold but nice and warm in the sun, so if you're flying light aircraft that are relatively performance limited, nice cold dense air, high pressure, all contribute to better performing airplanes. Jersey approach, we should have gone down there tonight, never mind. Let me try and do 2 sectors tomorrow for the day off. If I get the hang of flying this, get back into the swing of it. So, approach briefing star-wise, we know what we're doing. That'll take us to Bollington and hopefully that will take us on. They're going to have to take us, but not waiting out. Get us 7, where we probably can this quite quickly. See what they give us. Might be a continuous descent all the way. I'm expecting radar vector 1500, and can't even put in a false glide path, unfortunately. Don't think I'm sure in the real aeroplane you can build your own procedure, because here, oh, that's 5, pretty sure you can extend the centre line so, can't even I suppose you could probably do Phenom directed roll. Strong. Anyone knows how to stop the pump and you can't do on-route holds that you can do in reality, and you can't so you can't do custom waypoints, you can't do on-route holds, custom waypoint, on-route holds, and then limit center lines. So it's a good effort by Amana. 4 minutes to top of descent on the arrival. Let's see what the 8 is. Nothing. I'm pretty sure I planned a flap 3 landing. Speedbird ahead, going into Heathrow from Dublin. From the open ground. We're doing 424, so not bad. Considering we are not truly able to keep up with A320s, maybe not in the climb like I've said, but we make up a little bit in descent. I should have done the seatbelt signs, shouldn't I? Cristiano, hello. Have I seen you before? I'm sorry if I don't remember, but thanks for joining anyway. Portuguese, well, obrigado. Welcome to be I imagine you're a few hours behind here. Then it is. Just after work, so thanks for joining. Hopefully we'll get a nice approach into Ortho, and then we'll just have to try and fly the approach as best we can with no vertical guidance. And don't forget, it would be really easy to fly this visually. It's so much more difficult in a sim. It's really difficult to line up and get a feel for where you are. So guidance does help. So we'll be descending at 070. Out 1 minute. See, there is the traffic ahead of us. So for the descent, make sure heat comes on much earlier. Landing data is done, we can't do, especially 810, so 8. PAR is take us down at 474. This will be a camo K at the moment. So I am going to arm VNAV. At 150. VNAV path is manned. 200 next restriction. 150 set.
Acknowledge receipt of information Delta and report aircraft type and current QNH on first contact with Heathrow. Heathrow information Delta. Time 1850 Zulu. Automatic. Runway in use 09 left single runway operations. Transition level flight level 70. Surface wind 110 degrees 9 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more, no cloud detected. Temperature +9, dew point -2, QNH 1027. Pilots are reminded that readback of ATC instructions and clearances is mandatory. Pilots are to exercise caution when maneuvering in the runway holding areas as wing tip clearance is not assured. Acknowledge receipt of information Delta and report aircraft type and current QNH on first contact with Heathrow.
That'll that'll be why. I didn't check that. Get the hang of this one day. 1027 is set. So I think we'll need to throw a pull once we get near Soppet and Westcott. Slow, to be fair. I said that it was pretty aggressive. Nice and Phenom. I'm sure the real aeroplane is not that aggressive. So, Tobin 2 minutes ahead, and there is traffic ahead. 70 is getting a little bit mean. Now I think the airplane will level off 200 pretty horrifically. So I'm happy to just keep a little bit of excess energy for that, so I don't have to muck about with the throttle too much. Told that Phenom 100, I think they fly circuits with the gear down continuously just because it's less hassle and less trim changes, less heads in. Which is interesting.
Speed 250 knots. Speed 250 knots. Channel 6151 requesting push and start, stand 531. Channel 6151, just check your score 7314. Apologies, 7314, channel 6151. Speedbird 55 kilo, descend flight level 110. Flight level 110, descend 55 kilo. Shuttle 261, descend to RSG 3000 feet, speed 180 knots or greater. 3000 speed 180.
Yeah, there it is, leveling off. Too much speed with it.
Shuttle 261, turn left 21, 0 degrees, water status localizer, 09 left, descend via the glide. Left turn, 120 degrees, water status localizer, descend the glide, 09 left. Wind 962, descend flight for 100. With a 962, descend flight for 100. With a 962. With a 962 where? With a 962, descend flight for 100. Descending flight level to 100.
All wings on the motor, requesting.
Speed 269, hold short runway 9 left at Alpha Bravo 13, ready for departure.
269, can take off 09 left with 110 degrees, 9 knots.
Clear for takeoff 9 left 0269. Speed road 805, we are reaching 8,000 feet.
See 895, Roger.
All wings on the motor, requesting.
Here's 1 Papa Hotel, taxi right on to Bravo, hold big gun.
Right, Bravo, holding Dinga, all wings on the motor.
Turn 11, hold out for Bravo 13.
Hold down for Bravo 13, just
Yeah,
one.
see traffic ahead.
Shuttle 261, speed 160 knots, a greater than 40, you mean?
160, greater than
I don't know where you're going, but flight heading 210 degrees, please.
Company begins.
310, speed relay 895.
Through 62, 25 miles, 0 9 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1027.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1027,
355 kilo, descend flight level 80.
Flight level 80, 55 kilo.
2895, speed 220 knots.
220 knots, speed relay 995.
Window 962, leave Bingen, heading 275, descend flight level 70. Heading 275, descending 70. Heading 275 after Big. After Big, heading 275, flight level 70, Roger, Google Panzer 1. Sorry, correction, we don't know anything about 2895, I need you to pick a heading and stay on that. If you keep turning around, I can't land you.
Director, good evening, ASCO 159, Delta is flight 300, and we are overhead at Sunpit flight level 150, number 1 hotel.
ASCO 1591, Heathrow, good evening, squawk 7061.
Squawk 7061, ASCO 1591.
Bravo, Oscar 42, Delta Bravo, Bravo 138, 320, Delta.
2895, turn right, heading 240 degrees.
240 degrees for speed relay 995. Apologies, we have some problems with the MCU.
Who else called?
Seabird 42, Delta Bravo.
242 Delta Bravo, Heathrow, hello, NUGRA 1 Hotel, set your squawk 0746.
NUGRA 1 Hotel 0746, Bird 42, Delta Bravo.
7269, then climb down to level 80, redirect Compton. Climb level 80, then Compton, Spirit 269. 622, speed 220 knots, turn right, heading 360 degrees.
Oh, we should have gone
Speed
down.
0 and right heading 360, 761,
please, establish 09 then.
I'm just going to follow that now. I'm going to change it just to the speed that we go at.
Hello, I'll be short from my zone left at Bravo 18.
Shuttle 261, can land 09 left, wind 110 degrees, 9 knots. Please land, left there, Sunpit 622, turn right, heading 030 degrees.
right heading 030,
0269, climb flight level 130.
130, Spirit 269.
Cruise at 895, maintain flight level 70, turn right, heading 270 degrees.
Maintain 770 and right 270. Speed relay 995.
240 Delta Bravo, descend flight level 80, leave Bovingdon, heading 240 degrees.
Flight level 80, lift Bovingdon, heading 240, Bird 42, Delta Bravo.
Ascot 157, correction 159 at 1, descend flight level 80, leave Bovingdon, heading to correction 150 degrees.
Descend flight level 80, leave Wellington, heading 150, 151. Get the speed brakes back in.
Channel 6151, stand 531, requesting push and start. 622, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Took a bit of time.
and 3,000 feet,
2895, expect 09 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1027.
Expect 909 left, descend 4,000 feet, and QNH 1027. Speed relay 995.
Channel 6151, push and start approved, face north.
Going to be a right header
Push and
for
start approved,
trying to
face north,
integrate us with all these guys.
6151. Doing 12 Papa Hotel, taxi by link 53, right Alpha, hold at Cobra.
So, proceed.
Off right Alpha, holding Cobra,
Lights as
holding
required, we are
Constable.
approaching 100. Signs, outlets off.
Heathrow
Advised.
very good evening, Shuttle 18 Echo, stand 505, South P319, request via flight to Aberdeen, information Delta on board, QNH 1027. 2622, speed 180 knots or greater, turn right, heading 055.
right heading 055 and speed 180 or greater,
2895, turn left, heading 120 degrees.
120 for speed relay 995.
622, cleared ILS 09 on left.
People ILS runway 09 and left,
269, marching Unicom 122 decimal 8.
122 decimal 8, 0269. Good night.
Lights on.
2895, maintain 220 knots to the 5, cleared ILS 09 on left.
Maintain speed 220 and go left, 200 left. Speed bird 895.
240 Delta Bravo, descend flight level 70.
Level 70, respect for 2 Delta Bravo. Heathrow Director, hello, this is Speedbird 735, ready to descend in, pass flight level 270, 4180, direct expat.
Speedbird 735, Heathrow, hello, LSO1 Hotel, descend flight level 180.
Descend flight level 180, Speedbird 735.
Speed 622, speed 160 knots, or greater till 40 ME.
Speed 160, greater than 40 ME. Speed 160.
Delta 11, can take off 09 left, wind 110 degrees, 90 knots.
Taking off runway 09 left, 4 Delta 1, please.
Shuttle 261, welcome to Heathrow, taxi right Alpha, hold snapper.
Right Alpha, hold snapper, shuttle 261.
240 Delta Bravo, 25 miles, 09 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1027.
4,1027 miles, left, square for 2 Delta Bravo.
Speed 55 kilo, speed 220 knots, turn left, turning 275.
220 knots left, 275, speed 55 kilo.
Wind 962, speed 220 knots. Speed 220 knots.
So I'm going to be wanting to bring speed back. We'll start the turn and then we'll go to heading. And I'm going to switch course. OBS, get onto Compton.
Heathrow Director, Shuttle 18 Echo, good evening, request phone for Aberdeen, type 8319. Shuttle 8 Echo, stand by for data link.
Let's see.
Gearing 1 Papa Hotel, hold Alpha Bravo 13.
Alpha Bravo 13, over wings 1 Papa Hotel.
Through 895, speed 180 knots, or greater to advised.
Speed 180 greater, for speed bird 895. Flight level 70, speed 55 kilo.
240 Delta Bravo, speed 220 knots.
220 already, dashboard for 2 Delta Bravo.
So bring the speed back in.
Scott 15901, speed 210 knots, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, Norfolk QNH 1027.
Speed 210 knots, descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1027. Scott 159.
Speed bird 895, intercepting localizer, journal and left.
Speed 895, project.
Keen on the speed.
Charlie 6151, ready for taxi.
Okay, heading.
Charlie 6151, roger, taxi, link 56, hold Alpha Bravo 13.
Link mode, oblivious.
Link 56, hold Alpha Bravo 13, Charlie 6151.
You know, let me clear and close the bus.
Okay.
622, good line, 09 left, sea winds 110 degrees, 9 knots.
Yes, to land around 89 left, thank you, Speedbird 6.
Delta 11, climb now, flight level 130, turn right, heading 220 degrees.
130 on the altitude and 220 heading, Delta 11.
255 kilo, 22 miles, 09 left, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1027.
Altitude 5,000 feet, 027, speed 55 kilo.
240 Delta Bravo, turn left, heading 150 degrees, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Left 150, 20,000 for 2 Delta Bravo.
Speed 895, speed 160 knots, still 40 ME.
So we can get the jet down if we
Speed
need to.
120 knots until 40, speed bird 895.
Oscar 15901, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
What altitude 3,000 feet? That's got 159.
Director Shuttle 18 Echo, stand 505, QNH 1027, information Delta, request push and start. Shuttle 18 Echo, push and start approved, face west. Push start approved, face west, Shuttle 18 Echo. Shuttle 18 Echo, correct, give way to jet 2, then push and start approved. Give way to the jet 2, then push and start. 18 Echo. Through 55 kilos, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, speed 55 kilo.
Sure what happened
Gearing
there.
1 Papa Hotel, line at 09 on the left.
Landing up 09 left, over wings 1 Papa Hotel.
Shuttle 261, taxi stand 507 by Alpha.
507 by Alpha.
Speed 42 Delta Bravo, speed 180 knots.
Speed variable wind.
Speed 1 X, 42 Delta Bravo.
Speed 55 kilos, turn right heading 060 degrees, speed 180 knots.
060 degrees, 180 knots, 55 kilos.
Oscar 15901, turn right heading 250 degrees, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Right, heading 250 degrees, descend altitude 2,000 feet, Oscar 159.
Speed 142 Delta Bravo, turn left heading 120 degrees, cleared ILS 09 on the left.
Left 120, cleared ILS 9 left, 42 Delta Bravo.
Eurings 1 Papa Hotel, clear takeoff 09 left with 110 degrees, 9 knots.
Is the 19 left, head for takeoff, over with 1 Papa Hotel.
Through 62, taxi right Alpha, Charlie, stand 555.
So, denim down here to our right.
555.
There he is. Probably just about
Through
getting there.
55 kilos, center altitude 3,000 feet, cleared ILS 09 on the left.
3,000 feet, cleared on that 09.
Oh, then there's the traffic inbound.
With 962, 25 miles, 09 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1027. Delta 11, route direct Compton.
Really is good to see the traffic.
Suit 895, good land, 09 left, wind 110 degrees, 9 knots.
Copy the wind, good land, 09 left, speed bird, 895.
With 962, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1027. Descending 4,000 feet, QNH 1017. 10 correction 1027, and expect 0105. 09 left. Ascot 1591, speed 160 knots.
160, Oscar 159.
Ascot 1591, turn left heading 070 degrees, report north altitude sight.
Left heading 070 degrees, we'll go.
Student 42 Delta Bravo, speed 160 knots till 40 ME.
160 till first, bird 42 Delta Bravo.
Channel 6151 behind landing, aircraft over the threshold, line at 09 left behind.
Behind the landing line up 09 left, Channel 6151.
Was that 962, turn right heading 070 degrees, cleared ILS 09 on left. 070 for ILS 09 left. Ascot 1, disregard. Eurings 1 Papa Hotel, report your passing level.
Wings 1 Papa Hotel, passing level 3.
Oh, you got my cheek from Compton, looks like.
Eurings 1 Papa Hotel, climb now, flight level 150.
Wings 1 Papa Hotel, climbing now, flight level 150.
Student 735, descend flight level 70, leave Bingen heading 275.
Okay, in the
You begin at 275 and
flat
descending
one.
to 7,000, flight level 70 to the 735.
255 kilo, speed 160 knots till 40 ME.
Oh, visual on this.
Speed 5 kilo.
Nelson.
Ascot 1591, do you have north altitude sight?
Affirm, sir, Oscar 159.
Ascot 1591, clear visual approach, 07, QNH 1027, no speed restriction.
Good visual approach, no speed. NH1027, Ascot 159, thanks.
Ascot 1591, continue Unicom 122, that's the light.
Unicom 1228, thanks for the service, bye.
Autopilot.
So, I need my director office. Maybe might be a little bit high. Oh, can't use any speed brake. Can go for another stage of flap. We should be enough. 4 miles out. Idle throttles, no speed brake. Oh, this might be a bit of a mess. Should have started that descent earlier. Pretty high. Round to get back of it. It was quite busy.
Approaching 07.
Turn that overlay off, couldn't I? 500. Flap 3. Below.
400. 100.
Bad considering. BRF plus 5. Nice to see the cars on the A40. All these trees on the approach.
200. 100.
Bit twitchy. Bit deep.
4,000 feet
Bit of a
remaining.
Brakes are hard work on this. Yeah, that's settled it down. Yeah, the brakes work. That vacated. Not the best approach, not the best landing either. Does make it that bit more difficult online. Like I say, I think it'd be okay using the Compton radial. It would keep us away from the Heathrow stuff that was inbound. Have arrived. How was that? 25. Can't see anything. Can't see anything with those on either. I think that would work quite well. We were a little bit fast. I'd have liked to have been a bit slower, but he kept us quick. Anyway, trips up. Maps up. Now closed. Yeah. What can I say about that? Oh, landing vertical speed 181. It was a bit deep though because we were that bit quick, and the runway seemed a hell of a lot wider. So we are going to knock over here somewhere. Quick. I've gone back to default X-plane, well, until I can update the scenery myself. Done a bit of a half-assed job, unfortunately, deleting buildings. Balanced. Actually tidy it all up, but I've been learning how to paint the aeroplanes as well, so. I suppose the lighting's not too bad, is it? Frame rate wise.
Heathrow traffic, shuttle 18 Echo, immediate takeoff from 809 left.
Oh, gone offline. Director, shall we? Park up over here. One thing this does need is some pan lights. It needs some hangers. Pan lights. Yeah, tell me about it. It's you know what it is, Warhawks? The best thing for me is the 50, because you can relate the 50 to the threshold, so you know if you're going to be deep or if you're a little bit low. The 50 is really, really useful, but yeah, everything after the 100 would be ideal. So I've just got to sort the mic out and do a bit of scenery work as well, haven't I? I can get this place believable. Big cars, that's good. Here we are, nice little sunset landing. Reality, you have the lights off, but off I can't really see much. Totally goes up. Park on the land here. Apparently go climb up. I think I went to that a bit earlier, I don't know. There we are. Brakes on. I think the airplane looks quite good at night as well. Looking at reflections and everything else. Pretty cool. So, that's us guys. Welcome back to London. Like I say, I don't expect you to join me tomorrow, but probably be doing a couple of flights in the daytime, short ones. The trouble is the short ones in this are a bit challenging, because they're really busy, and I'm still a bit behind the airplane, as you can see, because turn the transponder off. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the flight. Sorry about the audio quality, I really did think it was the connectors. So, do some more work around them. We'll have a look at the replay in a moment. Is there any traffic? The director gave up because it was difficult. There's somebody taking off. It was pretty cool coming in and then doing the turns with traffic going into Heathrow, which is quite cool. Theory looks good. CPU frames are doing good, and it seems to have offloaded the GPU as well, which is really good. And that is us. Cabin 0, so off and vent. Oh, hang on, I'm shutting everything down, and I was going to do a
Wizard 162 stabilized to on localizer runway 09 left.
Right, disconnect there. Right, let's have a look at the replay, shall we? We probably won't be able to see much. Oh, that'll do. Really cool with the other airplanes. I love the close ones as well. Heavy on the braking. The braking, I think, is probably a bit unrealistic, and it's a bit difficult to modulate, even though I've got decent rudder pedals. Well, the Thrustmaster rudder pedals, they are good, but it's not as if you get any real feedback or anything like that. The brakes, certainly. Like I say, a little bit deep here. Touchdown zones there, so a little bit deep. But we made it. I could have gone a bit sooner. Something I'm going to have to keep. So, that as well. Can we... Oh, they're already on medium. Right, I'm going to check that later. See what the scenery and stuff's like. But there we go. Happily here at Ortho. I'm not going to shut down. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. There's our nice little aeroplane. And we'll go from here somewhere and come back. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the support. I look forward to seeing you again. Look after yourselves. Take care. Till next time. Bye for now.